Well, welcome everybody to another Workshop Wednesday, where it's casual conversations for serious workflows, brought to you by schoolofbookkeeping.com, where it's all about learning QuickBooks your way. So you may notice that I am um, on my own today. We had a mix up in the scheduling here, so it's just me today, and so we are going to be continuing our series on the Intuit Accountant Suite. Um, that is, I'm sorry, the Intuit Accountant Suite. That is the series, and we are using today. Today's topic is client insights. So we did our first one was all about the overview and the changes, and then we talked about the navigation differences, and then last week we talked about, or week before, and then repeated last week about the books review, and then today we're going to be talking about the client insights. So. One thing we wanted to note about the books close is that the books close, we noticed a challenge in the books close last week when we were doing the workshop, that you are unable to remove a client from the books close feature. I talked to Intuit for a couple hours, and they realized that it's not a function. And I've been reassured that it by the product manager, not just by support. They did reach back out to me and let us know that they are going to be correcting that issue by the launch date of May 1st. So they are on it, or at least they are aware of it, and they are going to be able to make those changes. A couple of the options that they suggested to me was, hey, you can go back to QBOA, the the regular QuickBooks Online accountant, um, and then you're able to re-sign up or re-log into Core, and then go into the and then reset it up. But the use case of, hey, I've got 20 clients on I'm sorry, on books close. If I've got multiple clients and I just want to remove one of them, that's really not a great solution. Toggling out and back in again. So they understand the challenge, and they are going to correct that. So we'll keep you updated when I know that you're that it's able to be done, because I'm very interested in doing that, because I don't do the books close for a lot of clients, and I had set it up for demonstrative purposes on myself. So I'm very interested in removing a client from books close. You can also go into the billing and subscription. There is a tab uh, in the billing and subscription for firm billed um, billing, and books closed now is a tile there. So you are able to opt out or cancel books close altogether without toggling back to QBOA, the legacy QuickBooks Online accountant. So that's that. I also put in the chat, or the comments here. Intuit has made a really good resource, and they call it the Books Close Playbook. which I assume they're going to have the same thing for client insights. I'll continue looking for that. But we are going to, I put it in the comments here, the link for the Books Closed playbook. It's actually a Google Doc with a lot of resources that are available to you, videos of how to opt in, tasks that you can do, all of the things that we had kind of talked about on the Books Closed. And then I created one more thing about the Books Closed, and then we'll close that chapter on that, and we'll move on to the client insights. There is put a QR code there, so in the comments as well. Did I put that in there? Yes, I did. I may have missed it on Facebook. So if you're watching this on Facebook, please use the QR code in the upper corner to find that. I created a blog comparing books review and books close, so you're able to feature by feature go through. Actually, whoops. Let me click the link. Where'd it go? I was going to show it here for a second. Let me just pull that up here. So we can get that, because I do want to show that the blog article that we've created. Let me pull that up here and share my screen. And I'm sorry about the background noise if you can hear that. We've got some medical things going on. So on the blog, there is, get rid of that, in here. There is an audio overview debating books closed versus books review. So it's kind of interesting to hear that. But we talk about that as well as the pricing. But down here is a side-by-side comparison. So what I tried to do is itemize every single feature in both the books close and the books review, and marked whether it's available or not. So you can kind of see that there's not one silver bullet here, right? There's pros and cons of both ways. Of course, the big advantage of books closed is that the things are going to be the tasks to close your client's books are mostly going to be available inside of Intuit Accountant Suite, and you'll be able to kind of see that and overview that, and you won't have to necessarily go into your client's books, their subscriptions, to be able to do those things. Where at Books Review, you do have to go in as the accountant user into those subscriptions and access that area inside the subscription. All right, so there are some tasks that you can do in one and maybe not in the other. And one other thing that we wanted to mention, because we did talk about that on the Books Review workshop, is payee review was showing as coming soon, but now that soon is now. So new vendors, new customers, and the W-9 1099 management workflows are available, and they're available and live, right? It would have been nice for the 1099 management to be available and live during 1099 preparation season, but we can't be choosy when they're actually done. But it does give you a list side by side of those two things there on the blog as well, so you can determine if the juice is worth the squeeze, right? If the cost of the books closed is worth it. Okay, so that is that. We wanted to go into, sorry, we're in Facebook here. All right, so the client insights. This is the core function of the Accelerate platform, right? So you don't have this as an option that you can add into core. You have to be in the the IAS, the Intuit Accountant Suite. the Intuit Accountant Suite in order to accelerate, in order to use the client insights here. Jamie was just asking to, uh, whoops, on our YouTube how well that 1099 and W9 feature is going to work. We took a little look at it on the uh, unofficial QuickBooks Accountant podcast with Alicia Pollock, and when we realized that it was live, and it actually does do pretty well, but not using something like Keeper or Double or other practice management software that does do a lot of these things. I really don't have a comparison. So one of the future workshops, we are probably going to be doing just that. Comparing books closed to Keeper or Double, and then we'll see what's going on there. But when I did look at it, it did go in and show all the vendors and whether they had a W-9 on file, which type of 1099 they needed, their address, and whether they were business or individual, their EIN or Social Security number, which would show there. It was X'd out, so it wasn't readily available, but it let you know that information was filled out, and it also gave a total, a dollar amount. So that was pretty neat to see, and it does look pretty well thought out. So we're sharing our screen here. So going into Client Insights, which will be here on the left side, the only option that you have in here is an overview. When you're in here, you do have, of course, the feedback. So if you have opted into the IAS Accelerate, I'm trying to use my use my words here. The Intuit Accountant Suite Accelerate, you'll have this option already. If you do see something, you want to submit feedback on this particular feature, it's best to do it from that feature itself, because typically that gets tagged with that particular function, so it tends to get a little bit higher priority to get addressed, especially when it's something that's in beta. Right. So let me close out of that. So you have the option of creating views when it comes to the settings, right? And the view in this regard is, what do you want to see on the client insights, right? So there's default ones: profit and loss data, bookkeeping data, and balance sheet data. It's good to know that these things are also customizable as well. So you can change these views and see them across all of your clients in one fell swoop, right? So as you're creating a new view, right, you can go in here. Let's just say we're going to create a profit and loss view. It's going to give all of your clients, which are sortable, and it's going to have some columns in here, and this information is pulled directly from those client subscriptions and pulled in here, right? So we have a date range of last month, which you can change here. It's dynamic. I think you only have these options. You don't see a custom date range, so it looks like these are your choices as far as date range is concerned. You can create a custom field for your clients, so you can then filter this client insights view by that custom field. So this is all of the. Did I have anything in there? I don't remember what I put in there. Testing it out, the aptly named custom field, and then also additional custom conditions in that, using that custom field. So it gives you the ability to maybe group your clients by that custom field, and then you'll be able to drill down, for some of those things. And then you can filter by QuickBooks product, right? So QuickBooks Online through all of the different options, as well as any Intuit accountant suites, Enterprise. And it does look like you can multi-select as well. So you can look at your plus clients as well as your advanced clients. So it does multi-select. It would be nice if you could just choose them here without it going away, but that's also an option, or that would be a nice option there. You can search by a specific client once it shows up in there. So it'll show you that here, and then if you're not seeing accurate data, it'll tell you up in the upper right the last time it was refreshed, and you can hit refresh, and it will pull new data for that. Now, customize. This gives you the option to do some sorting. You can sort by the client or any of the displayed columns. So anything that's not displayed is grayed out. So gross profit is not something that's clickable here. It just tells me that it's not displayed, right? Which we can then go down here and into the columns and display that column. And now we have the option to sort by gross profit if we wanted to. I did notice that there was an additional ad of the sort, but it's grayed out, and I'm not quite sure what you can do there because it's grayed out. I have to kind of think that through, because it does have the little 6 dots, so like you can reorganize or reprioritize your sort order. So it looks like you should be able to do that, but I haven't figured out a way to do that. So if you know a way to do that, put that in the comments so we can share with others. And then rows, you can view the number of rows up to 100. So if you have more than 100 clients, you'll have multiple pages. And then how you want those rows to show. You have some different options here from Roomy. Kind of curious what, it just gives you more space. And then, of course, comfortable. And then it goes to cozy. And then compact, which this is, you're in the back seat of a VW Bug, I guess, and sandwiched in there. But you do have some options with regards to how the rows show. And then here you have the ability to add additional columns and reorganize those columns in a way that makes sense to you. And so we have the net profit margin. Maybe we want to see that before the gross profit margin, but typically not. But then this the client insights is now going to show all the different clients with the little sparkles for the AI anomaly detection to kind of start to give you indications of what those insights actually are. So those are listed here, and then you can go into the dig deeper into those insights if need be, and then your actions here. You can then go to your client reports, which now you're leaving insights and actually going into the reports area of that particular client. So I'm going to back out. Ultimately, as I understand, the goal of these features that are in Intuit Accountant Suite are designed, at least the goal of that is to put that into Intuit Accountant Suite so that you don't have to keep popping in and out of clients, and you can see how much time that takes to toggle between those clients. And where did it go? There we are. And let me go back to overview. And then bookkeeping data is just a pre-selected set of those columns. So if you wanted to, you certainly could go in and create your own view of all of the columns. but these are some of the KPIs that are available there for all views, and you're able to reorganize them and do show things however you want to see, and then all of the columns are then sortable. So if you wanted to look at all of your disconnected banks for all of your clients by, let's see, ascending. I always get ascending and descending wrong, but this will give us the number of disconnected banks by client, so that we can reach out to those clients to get that corrected. So overall, this is super. I mean, I'm curious. What do you think about the client insights? Have you opted in to Intuit Accountant Suite Accelerate to check it out and play with it? I'm curious what insights you're getting from that, and if you feel that $149 for Accelerate and this tool is worth it. Right. So, and that really kind of wraps up those areas. Let me stop sharing because we're no longer needing that anymore. Stop sharing. There we go. And so next week we'll take a look at some of the roadmap, or the future roadmap features that are on the horizon, what they talked about at Intuit Connect, and what we can hopefully expect to see inside of Intuit Accountant Suite, Accelerate and/or Core, and we'll continue with that series, and we'll wrap that up next week. So, hope you have a great week, and we'll see you next time on the Workshop Wednesday.